Welcome back to PresCo. I'm the Business Pres, and today we're looking at the daily trend. And if we zoom in, the trend within the trend, as you'll see. So if you like what you're about to see, smash the like button, leave a comment, and let's get into it. So looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin leads the market. When Bitcoin dumps, everything else dumps. And I should be pretty used to this by now. So, what can we see on the charts? We see that the RSI is tagged oversold. Interesting. Back here, it tagged oversold in the summer sell-off. We had a very similar setup. And yeah, we tagged oversold and we got some bullish divergence. So, it'd be interesting because this was the bottom. And a lot of traders buy oversold and sell overbought. You see here, we just tagged overbought and then we come up, we made a lower high. So, the signals are there. It's not clear yet. It's not clear yet what we're about to do on the daily trend. However, got a big wick down there. So if we zoom in, what can we see? We can see after this sell-off, we also tagged red, which means we're likely to pull back to resistance and continue down. However, after such a massive trend, this is literally capitulation, this style of sell-off. I'm thinking we were close to the end. What do we have to see for me to be right if we're close to the end? Well, we've got neckline, and we made one bottom, two bottoms, and we broke above the neckline. Okay, we wicked against this trend line, which has been supporting it. Well, it's been the bottom of the trend. But now that we've broken down and retested it, this is bearish. This is resistance. Okay, and I said this in yesterday's video as well. This is resistance. The 50 moving average is resistance, and the 200 moving average is resistance. May as well not have that top line there. The 200 is pretty clear on that one. And we've pulled back to the 50 RSI. So, the stochastics oversold. I don't know if we can see that. So we pulled back to the sell zone, okay, between the 40 and the 60. Okay, after tagging red, we pull back here, and then we're likely to continue. Now, this could lead to the double bottom on the daily. Okay, we got like a head and shoulders pattern here, breakout, retest, we hit our target, okay, and we've seen that on the chart. It's a double bottom. We broke out, hit resistance, okay, so the trade was there, the trade's already been done. And the MACD is bringing us to the resistance. Now, if we just keep smashing through resistance, retesting it as support, break resistance, retesting as support, break resistance, this is clear confirmation that we're bullish. However, that's not as likely to happen. What's more likely to happen is we meet a bit of resistance, or at least spend some time sideways. Okay? Because this is great on a 4 hour. And last night while I was watching this, I could see it play out in the 1 hour chart. Okay, let's zoom in even more. Okay, so we've seen the bottom bounce, bottom bounce, bottom bounce. We created a neckline here. Look at all these wicks. Made a lower low, but we've got bullish divergence. Okay, so the price was going lower here, and we did not make a lower low on the RSI. That's my first signal that we're not going down as much anymore. We're going to go sideways. Okay, and then we pulled up into the sell zone. Okay, we touched key level, the moving average, and then we dumped again. But interestingly, we got a double bottom here on the RSI. Stochastic was oversold, then the MACD flicked over the zero line. So technically on the 1 hour chart we're bullish. If you were watching yesterday's video, when we break support and retest it as position, when we break resistance and retest it as support, the trend has changed. So could this be a fake out just like this was? Yeah, it could. Right, it's just the 1 hour chart, there's not a lot of strength to it. But what I want to see is this spill over into the 4 hour, and then the 4 hours spill over to the daily. Okay, so we can see on the 4 hour, clear W, we broke up, we're now retesting the trend line. However, we're not clear yet, we're not clear of resistance. On the 4 hour chart, we actually haven't even met resistance. We've still got the moving averages there. We're not at this line yet. Oh, the green line's already there. Suppose we can turn that red too. So we got trend line resistance, moving average resistance, and structure resistance. In actual fact, it's very likely that we spend some time here at the bottom, even going sideways or even just trending down until we hit a support level and shoot us up. We're not likely to just keep going down and down and down and down forever, especially when we just touched oversold. Okay, when's the last time we touched oversold? Like I said, there was one back here, and there was the COVID crash. What happened in the COVID crash? We made this double bottom on the daily with bullish divergence. The MACD flicked up, the RSI come up from oversold. I mean the stochastic come up from oversold. Okay, we touched the trend line, we got rejected, but we made higher lows. We touched the trend line, got rejected. We started an uptrend after this. We started an uptrend of higher lows and higher highs. This high got broken out, this high got broken out. Okay, that's what I want to see now. Could get that, especially after such a massive dump. Okay, so that's what I'm watching out for. I'm no longer panicking that the bears are wrecking my portfolio, but I'm not convinced that we're bullish yet. In fact, we're not bullish yet. We're not bullish until, so we can break above the 50 here, but we're not bullish until we actually come and tag green, show signs of momentum. Okay, and where price would be, it'll be breaking some kind of resistance, probably breaking the trend line and coming up to this area. Okay, very important, very important. But when we get there, we're probably going to come down again. But like I just showed, we're going to make a higher low. If we make a higher low, then we will be bullish. We will most likely be bullish, because on the daily time frame, you can see it wasn't much back here. Wasn't much at all. But on the daily time frame, if we could maybe come down one more lower and then start making our higher lows, what's this? This is a bullish head and shoulders. Okay, on the daily time frame, much more significant than the 4 hour time frame, much more significant than the 1 hour time frame. Okay, but the 1 hour is actually looking like it wants to bounce off this 50 RSI, which is good. That's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. So if the trend continues, great. And the trend is your friend until the end. So this could be the start of the end of the bears. Could be. We just have to see. We just have to wait and see. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. We see the same thing on Ethereum. Okay. Same thing on Ethereum. We'll keep breaking down, retesting. Breaking down, retesting. Where the support is for Ethereum is interesting. This previous top could become support, and that's where we are now. That's where we are now. The 618 didn't hold, so let's look at the next level, the 786. That's exactly where I just put that line. Okay, so we're looking at 786 fib retracement of this entire move, which broke above all-time highs. Okay, we met resistance. Okay, we had a bit of divergence. We come down to the buy zone. Okay, we actually didn't make higher highs, and by the time we started making lower highs in the RSI, we topped out. Okay, so it is actually pretty obvious once all the pitch is there. When the pitch is not there, what happens next? It becomes a mind game. Alright, so we're still yet to break out of this downtrend. We are not making a bullish head and shoulders in the RSI. Not yet anyway. And this support did not hold. So we're still consolidating, we're still in a downtrend. But this is an area that is likely to turn it around. Okay, can we keep coming down more? Yeah, we can. Okay, we can keep trending down more, another 30%. But what's likely to happen first is a bounce. Okay, a bounce, a relief rally, maybe even testing the moving averages again before a dump again. Now, if we come up and then back down and we hold this level, oh my god, I'm leveraging long. But if this level doesn't want to hold, we'll probably come down here. I've made a few changes to my spot portfolio. I'm not going to play it the same. And if you want to know about that, join the Discord when I put the links in. Okay? I'm still building it out right now. The website's not really how I want it, so I'm going to go away from that. XRP. We flipped the bear market. We flipped the bottom. Made a big cup, broke out, handle. We just haven't had the continuation. Selling off with the rest of the market. But we literally get to start again here. XRP is looking pretty strong. Ethereum and Bitcoin is getting smashed. Okay, we've seen the same kind of trend play out. It topped out, we got some divergence, we broke the 50. Alright, we tagged red here. Once we broke the key structure, and we retested it, we pulled back into the sell zone. Alright, what the MACD is telling us too is spending more time below the neutral zone than above it. So that's bearish too. Okay, kind of making double bottom here, bullish head and shoulders on this pattern. Okay, this support wants to hold, then we're making bullish divergence. We're making bullish divergence. Is this the daily time frame? No, it's only the 4 hour. Say it. Not there yet, ETH BTC. XRP, we're showing strength. Showing strength. It's not selling off as much as it usually does, which is interesting. XRP usually sells off a lot. For whatever reason, I know a lot of reasons why, but whichever one they want to pick. Once the XRP holds support here, we'll do some interesting things. Okay. In the 4 hour, if we zoom in a little bit, yeah, we tagged red, pulled back to the sell zone, and we made another low impulse. But the interesting thing here is we seem to be holding this support. If we're holding this support, we're going to make bullish divergence. If not, well then we just wait till we do get bullish divergence. Now that's what I see. Okay, the bearish trend has gone on for a long time. We're running into strength. We're running into bulls. We're running into divergence and potential higher lows. Breaking of necklines, etc. So, might not mean anything. We could just see a rally and then a continuation of the bearish trend. Don't know. But as for right now, we're in no man's land and a bottom is forming. So, if the bottom's forming, maybe this bearish trend is over. Now I'm looking at Avalanche. I'm picking Avalanche for the altcoin of the day. Now we're oversold at the moment. We're pulling back to resistance. We just had a massive red tag. but it's showing me similar things. It's showing me that we've got a W pattern. The volume is increasing, which is good. Whoa, what's going on there? Alright, so we've got the same pattern. It looks good on AVAX. Okay, we'll just go with the closes, but it looks like a W. 1, 2, and now we're consolidating along resistance. Which means if we break resistance, and we flip it as support, and guess what? We can take the measurement of the W from the bottom to the top, and at the breakout it gives us our target, as you can see. And where is that? That's at resistance. Okay, it's that previous structure, it's at the 50 moving average, and it's coming from the red zone, pulling back to the neutral zone. So we're likely to see more bearish. If we get bearish first, it's going to be interesting because we're going to come down to support. Alright, let me just let me clean this up a bit. What I'm thinking is if we break out now and then meet our target, it's obviously bullish, but we're still not out of the clear yet. We need this 4 hour to tag. If it doesn't, unlucky, more bears. But if we come down here and test support one more time and form a triple bottom, that's actually more bullish in my opinion, in my eyes, because we're going to see this likely make a higher low on the RSI. The RSI will then break out of resistance and go and tag our green zone after making a triple bottom, breaking this neckline and coming up to the target. Oh, so it's interesting. It's interesting. Now, usually with a bear flag, we can see it here. It pulls back to the area of value. And the interesting thing about this pattern, it's not doing that. Okay? So after a massive sell-off, you can see that we're on previous structure. And this is exactly what we're looking for. Okay? We don't want to buy up high in no man's land, even though I have been. And I've been recommending. My bad, guys. My bad. This is definitely where we want to start buying. As an investor, as a long-term guy who's never going to leave the market, we've got a 50% New Year's sale. Discounts galore. The only thing is, if we keep coming down, what's the point? What's the point of buying here if we keep coming down? That's why I'm watching this every day. Every day to see what happens. Okay? So, that's all for me today. Oh, except one more thing, that the AVAX Bitcoin chart. Okay? So you see we've got our divergence at the top, but there's so much strength. Alright, we tag green, we pull back to the buy zone. Okay? This is it here. Massive impulse, testing resistance, sell off. Okay? So 30 to 40% sell off, but we're still bullish, right? So we come to the buy zone and we impulse up. Now what's happening here is we're not making higher highs. Okay? So, we take out our trend line, we measure this move. Do you see what just happened? Do you see what just happened? Guys, this is numbers, this is maths, this is strategy, this is also psychology. And it's actually very easy. Once you kind of step out, have a look. The more we're zoomed in, okay, the 4 hour tells us more, but it's noisy. Okay? Broke this low, didn't make a higher high. We sell. Okay? Easier said than done, obviously. AVAX only pulled back 30%. Oh, it's the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, so we pull back to this area of value. We tagged red, we're pulling back. But man, if this support zone holds, AVAX is likely to continue. And it's been strong all bull market. So its first impulse, a 3-wave impulse, sideways channel, breakdown. Okay, 1, retest, 2. Nah, that's invalidated the Elliott waves. Never mind. It's just back on structure. I mustn't have drawn it, yeah. It's just back on structure. Okay, so we've got its previous high, okay, which was resistance. We bull flagged, we broke out, we retested, and then we continued. Yeah. So now that we're back here, we haven't yet tagged oversold in the daily. Interesting. We've only just tagged it on the 4 hour, and you can see that this divergence has played out. Okay, because we're on a key level. Okay, we've got a wick, which means there's buyers. Okay, we didn't make a lower low, which means there's strength. If we can break out of this neckline, exactly the same as Bitcoin, exactly the same as the whole market, we can at least have a decent trade. 10%. Okay? Even still, what that means is if we break out and we tag green, there will be a pullback which will show us a good opportunity to buy. Alright, so there's always opportunity in the market. What we need to do is we need to survive. We need to survive. And I've survived. I managed to save some stable coins and I'm implementing them now. Yeah, I didn't sell most of my Hodl bags until it was kind of too late, you know. So I'm looking at the chart, oh, you know, we're 20% down, 10% more, rah. The support didn't hold. Alright? Have to be proactive in this market. We've got to do what the charts tell us. Otherwise, why have a strategy at all, right? So guys, I'm the Business Press. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Bye.